It is the show that shakes the Southland on a Tuesday afternoon. Again, thank you to William Qualkenbush for joining us. A little bit different day, but still getting the same content for you. And you're talking about the Todd Bates thing. I mean, it still is really, really strange that this all took place. I mean, he got a raise recently, was promoted to assistant head coach, but I think the name has a lot to do with it. And I said that in an article over on ClemsonSportsTalk.com, put the .com on it. Doggone it. It is one of those things where you don't really hear the title assistant head coach even brought up when they talk about you. I mean, people are just going to still talk about him as as the defensive tackles coach, as the interior defensive line coach. People aren't going to talk about him as a recruiting coordinator, maybe a little bit, but for the most part, nobody brings up the assistant head coach title. Here's Dabo Swinney back in December on the 14th. You can watch this full press conference over on our YouTube channel, tinyurl.com/Clemson Sports TV. Here's Dabo Swinney talking about maneuvering Todd Bates to a new position.
Coach Bates, I'm losing a lot in Tony Elliott. Tony was more than just a coordinator. Tony was an assistant head coach for me, and truly, in every sense of the word, assistant head coach. And a lot of collaboration, a lot of communication, a lot of discussion, from a head coach standpoint. And that's what Todd Bates brings. Todd Bates is going to be he's a future head coach and going to be a great head coach. He's one of those guys that he's special. He's got that gift. He's got that whatever that is that you have to have, I think, to be a head coach. Todd Bates exemplifies every single thing you could possibly want. He's got a great understanding of the game. He's young. He's just gets it on all levels. So, him moving into a leadership role is going to really help me and lean on him from a lot of head coach things and again, collaboration and discussion. So I'm excited about Todd being able to step in that role, and what an unbelievable job he has done, and somebody I have just so much trust in his opinion, in everything. He's also our recruiting coordinator, so just more responsibility for him, and again, he'll be a head coach sooner than later one of these days, no doubt about it to me.
And so with that, you have to wonder again if that's the reason behind Todd Bates' move to go out to Oklahoma, the feeling that this opens up the opportunity to be a defensive coordinator, a co-defensive coordinator, but to have that coordinator tag put on you to go advance your career to the next level and be a head coach. And I would argue that it does, more so than being an assistant head coach. I mean, I really believe that. If you think about the placement of individuals from Dabo Swinney's program into head coaching positions, all of them have been coordinators. Every one of them. Whether it's Tony Elliott, Jeff Scott, whether it's Brent Venables or Chad Morris, coordinator. And the assistant head coach tag does not get that type of recognition, in my opinion. Now, I do think the question becomes, and it is a multifaceted and incredibly interesting discussion. If Todd Bates, and this is what I was saying with William Qualkenbush a few minutes ago, if Todd Bates is named co-defensive coordinator with, say, Mike Reed, right? Does Mickey Kahn leave the program? I doubt it. Does Wes Goodwin accept the job of being Clemson's linebackers coach? Maybe. But the only thing that you know is that if Brent Venables was truly pursuing him, or the thing that you think you know, if Brent Venables was truly pursuing Wes Goodwin because he believes in him so much, and if the title might have been defensive coordinator at Oklahoma for Wes Goodwin because Venables believes in him so much, then Dabo Swinney's decision to put Wes Goodwin in that spot, if you will, as the defensive coordinator, and with the co-defensive coordinator tag being thrown on Mickey Kahn, has to come down to the belief that no matter how much Dabo Swinney talks about what he loves about Coach Bates and what Coach Bates can do this and that and the other, the reality is he must believe that Wes Goodwin is more astute when it comes down to game day evaluation and play calling. I mean, how else do you explain sticking a guy like Wes Goodwin in the position of defensive coordinator over guys like Mike Reed, like Todd Bates? I mean, that's the thing. It's essentially you surpass these individuals with a guy that has never been on the sidelines to really do the job that way before. And that's where I think for Todd Bates, it probably stuck in his craw a little bit. And it would be the same for you at your job. I mean, imagine, if you will, that at your job, you got a nice job, and, well, one of the big executives is going off to start his own company or to work somewhere else at another big company. And you're one of the people right on that next level, right? Man, you're a natural fit for this job, Roy. Thank you. I think I can handle it. And the next thing you know, they bump Tim from accounting up past you. Tim from accounting? Well, yeah, I mean, he just feels like he's got the right managerial style. There's a lot of trust there, and and the head man thinks he can do a great job. How many of you? I don't care if you do get a $200,000 raise up to $715,000. I mean, that is a substantial bump. Let me just say, as much as you guys love this show, tomorrow, if anybody calls me, probably to do any job at $715,000, the sign-off you hear today would be my last. I mean, I love you, but I'll go do that job for a year or two and make a heck of a lot more money. So, again, I can see it from Todd Bates' perspective, if that is indeed the situation. You feel like Tim from accounting got the big promotion over the top of everybody that was on that sort of next level, that level that typically steps into coordinator roles. 803-450-0086. Stay with us.